Hey YouTube, what's happening? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update on Litecoin. Right now we're at $139.07. We're down 1.69%. Hey guys, what we're looking at so far right now, we're looking at a 5% failure. So what we had here, we broke out of this symmetrical triangle to the upside there. We ran up about 5%, and now we're falling back. We're going to see if we get a bounce off this trend line or this 20 EMA. And remember, this is on the 4-hour chart. So we're going to get into all this stuff, guys. I appreciate you being here with me today. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And I also want to know your opinions down low. Do you feel as though this was a 5% failure where we're going to come up here, we failed 5%, we come back, but we get a nice bounce off this trend line and we continue higher, and this is just a nice little higher low there? Or do you feel like this was basically a breakout, a false breakout, and we're going to fall back down through, guys? Or do you feel like this is the spot right now off this 20 EMA that we're just going to continue to move to the upside? So I want you to let me know down low what you all are thinking as well. And also check out my playlist, guys. I got a bunch of tutorials in there if you want to learn some trading stuff. It's all out of the Encyclopedia of Chart Patterns. It's out of Japanese Candlestick Charting Book. So a lot of really good information, so dig into that, y'all. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's get into this. Okay, so we were working in this symmetrical triangle, and this was a beautiful symmetrical triangle. We had 2 touches down low, we had 3 touches up top here, so that's a valid symmetrical triangular pennant pattern. Guys, we broke out to the upside, went up about 5%. You can see all the wicks, all the profit taking, and what happened was we did not close up above this $143 off the real bodies that I wanted to see. We wicked higher and set a higher high on the wicks, but in terms of the real body, we did not here on the 4-hour chart. So I want you to pay attention to that, but we were still setting these higher lows. So now what we're going to have to see is if we do get a bounce off this trend line here, guys, to the upside, or if this is something we're going to start dropping back into this symmetrical triangle, then we'll start looking down to this lower trend line and this 100 moving averages support as well. That's something that we're going to keep a close eye on, but that's why we always want to pay attention to these triangles, because this can happen, guys, where it looks like you're going to break out of that. It was even on some decent volume that we had coming in there, and then all of a sudden you start rolling back over. So it's something that we do really want to keep in the back of our minds, and that's why we don't want to go crazy when we break out of this. You want to wait for confirmation. Okay, so we're going to be patient, and we're going to see if we get a nice bounce off here, set a nice higher low, and then set a higher high. That's something we're going to be looking at. And what I want to do is go out to the 1 day, and now we're going to start looking at some indicators as well. So I'm going to clear some stuff off here, and we're just going to kind of see what we're looking like with these indicators. And I'm also going to get those trend lines off here, guys, so we can really zoom in, pay attention to these candles, see what they're telling us here. And first we're going to start with those, then we'll get into some indicators. All right. So with the candles, guys, it was nice here. We were making, we pushed up here, made a nice higher high, higher low. Then we came up and we started to see this dozier, this rickshaw man indecision here. We came back down, set another higher low, tried back up again, slightly higher high, higher low, higher high. So now we're just going to see if this little pattern continues and see if we can push up to around that 150 or 155. That's something we're going to be paying attention to. To the downside, we'd be looking probably around that 130, 129.62 for support, and that's going to be that 20 EMA is where I would be looking at. And then it'd be this yellow trend line that we've been paying a lot of attention to as we've been making this parabolic move here, guys. And that's what this has been. This has been a very parabolic move, and it all started off this bullish engulfing candle. Do you see how we were falling here? We were having this correction, lower highs, lower lows. We had a beautiful bullish engulfing candle right there, and that's just kind of what set us in motion for this trend. So now what we're trying to see is if there's a little more juice up here in this trend, or if this is the time we finally start cooling down and maybe back test this yellow trend line here that would pay a lot of attention to, or maybe even come down here and test this 50 moving average as well. But right now, guys, we still have to be patient. We have to see, because we've been having a lot of indecision in here back and forth with these smaller candles, and some of them, you know, like this doji or the shooting star candle, a lot of times those will show you that you're going to start rolling over, but Litecoin's just been so bullish that it hasn't wanted to roll over yet. So that's something we are going to have to keep our eye on. Next, let's get into some of these indicators, see what they're telling us. Guys, we're going to go into our stochastic first, see how that's looking on the 1 day. So on the 1 day, we are getting a downward cross. We want to keep that in mind. We're at 52 and 57, so there's plenty of room to run either to the upside or the downside there. So we're just a little bit more neutral. And what we're looking to see is if this will become a higher low. I also like to play basically the stochastic RSI. I like to do trend line breaks off that as well and look for higher highs and higher lows, different things like that. So stochastic, a little more neutral there. It can really do what it wants to do. So that's not going to really give us a ton there, guys. Next one, let's hit our RSI, Relative Strength Index. And with our RSI, so we basically had a flat top here. And what we've had is higher lows coming in. So it's almost in a way kind of like one of these ascending triangles, guys, on the RSI. If you draw this here, just like that. So those are your higher lows. That's where we'd want to continue to get a bounce off right there. And then we would basically have a flat top right up here. So you see that, how we have a flat top. But what you want to also look at is our price has been moving up and our RSI has not really, it's just been kind of moving sideways there. So we do have a little bit of bearish divergence there as price is going up, but our RSI is not going up along with it. And we're at 66 right now. Remember, anything over 70 is overbought. So right now, you know, we're in a nice spot. We still could move higher there. There's still more potential there, guys. We've cooled off enough. So that is a good thing. Want to hit up our Bollinger Bands, see how those are looking. And guys, basically right now I'm still just sitting in my position right now being patient with Litecoin. It's not something that I want to get rid of yet. I want to see if there's still some more power in this move here before we have some type of retracement or correction. Okay, so next one, let's hit our Bollinger Bands. Alright, 1 second, guys. There they are. Okay, so we're up above the middle band, obviously up above the bottom here, and we're a little bit lower than this top band. Typically, once you get out of that top band, you'll see some sell-offs. You see over here, we got out of it. We had a sell-off out of here, sell-off, out of here, sell-off. So that's something you do want to look at. And here we just had a very slight sell-off here, and then we tried to push back up again. So, you know, guys, we're basically in this position to where we could push higher, but you know, we could, and it's funny to say that because really the market really can only go up or down or sideways, but we're really in that position right now where it really could go either way. We could get a little bit more overextended to the upside, or this could finally be a time where we have a nice correction like we had here, set a nice higher low. You know, even if it came down, guys, onto this trend line somewhere in here, cooled off, and then we made a higher high, that's always a possibility as well, because we really have just been so bullish since it has been about December 15th here, guys. You can see where that trend changed. We had that inverted head and shoulders pattern, and then we just started to really make moves. But along the way here, remember, there's always going to be these corrections that we do want to pay attention to. They're very important. Okay, so, you know, we just got to watch these candles. Yesterday, we basically closed in what I'd call almost like a shooting star candle. We have a little bit too much bottom here, maybe a spinning top candle type deal. But we do want to see what's going to take place here, because even this spot here, guys, when we saw the doji, then we saw bearish confirmation, that was a spot where a lot of people were looking to see if it'd go back to that 20 EMA just like it did here, 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 once it cools off. But it was just so bullish that it wanted a little bit more move to the upside there, and that's probably due to the halving as well. I mean, guys, you have to think about the simple fact that you're only going to be getting half the reward for all the effort and computing power and energy that goes into it. So that's obviously going to make things, or Litecoin, much more valuable, in my opinion. That's just my opinion right now. So, guys, that's what I was looking at for Litecoin right now. This is the time just to be very patient. Pay attention to that 4-hour symmetrical triangle like I was looking at here when I was drawing those trend lines that I got off. Keep an eye on these higher lows. This is something that you're going to want to see hold. We can even go right here. So right there, guys, we'll play this little trend line. I love to play trend lines. I believe they're very effective. And right now we're just having a lot of indecision. You can see where we're chopping along. We're having higher lows, but we had lower highs here until we finally made a higher high from this one here, but we could not make it over that 143.25. So I really want you all to let me know what you're doing, what you're looking at, different things you're seeing, and if you believe that we're going to have finally a breakout of this, or if that was just back testing that little symmetrical triangle that we were in, or if we're just going to fall completely through that. So I'd love to hear your all's opinion on that. I really value it. Appreciate you being here with me. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll see what's going on in the days to come. I'll try to maybe get one more video out today, but it's very busy. Got a lot of graduation parties, different things like that to go to. So take care, my friends. God bless you all.